Welcome back to the Janus Project. Janus here. It is the first podcast of the year, something different than I'm going to be doing for this channel, where I'm going to be just doing, just recorded conversations, just chill out and talking to a couple of people in my life, sort of catching up with them and just putting it as a podcast because, I've always loved podcasts. I've always loved listening to them. I've always loved, just spending the time hearing sort of voices in the background and just seeing what people's opinions are on things. And a lot has happened this week, or this month actually. But as as we get into the podcast, I just thought I'd do this introduction, just sort of separated from it because I didn't want to really, keep or have my guests sort of nervous and just sort of them hearing me and all that kind of formalities. And I just wanted it to be like I said, a conversation, but it's just recorded. So we discuss a few things. Rogue One. We look into some things that have been happening lately in my area, in my neck of the woods. Some serious things, and including Donald Trump. So hope you enjoyed the podcast. And if you like this video, at the end of it, please leave a like, subscribe, or comment. And we'll see you in the next video. And the next podcast you'll be looking at will be in late February. So I'll be doing one podcast a month, just testing the waters, doing something different other than my walkthroughs. But enjoy. Goddamn! Like when this video comes out, it's probably gonna be like a week from today. But that whole Melbourne incident crap thing that happened yesterday, fuck, what the hell?
Yeah, man, pretty intense. I was at
That's saying it rather lightly.
I was at lunch, man. I was at Chinatown, man, having some dumplings.
Yeah, cause you work in the city. I work very close to where I live down in the east. But yeah, you're sort of closer to Burke Street, obviously, right? Or you're not near Burke Street?
Collins Street, at the top of Collins and Exhibition. So I'm a bit further away from work, but I was actually at lunch in Chinatown, which is around the corner from there.
God damn.
It's that shark fin dumplings. Having some dumplings.
That's close.
And then the boss calls us. He's like, "Where the fuck are you guys?" Like, "What? 3 or 4 of us are having lunch. Why?" Come back to the office immediately. It's like, "Oh, why? What's the urgency? Just come back to the office now." Like, all right, fuck. We haven't finished lunch yet, but all right.
It's like shit. What are you gonna drag me into some more work and shit?
Well, yeah, and then get back to the office and realize, oh shit, something's going down.
Yeah, man. Fucking hell. Like, because obviously with my shifts and stuff, they're obviously not like yours, like I explained off the record. They're just all over the place. So I sort of like woke up and I'm just like, okay, blah blah blah. Started my day because my shift was from 1 o'clock until 9.
Oh, really? Until 9?
And yeah, it's
Lows.
And dude, no, and yeah, just as I just begin, then I hear all this stuff and it comes in and it's like comes in on the airwaves where we are, and I just see it on the news. I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, because it's like that thing. I think, was it with you or somebody else? I was in the city like a day after some Apex stuff happened. I don't know if it was with you. I think it was somebody else.
Was it? Yeah.
But a day later, the night before, there was an Apex attack in that Apex gang that's been roaming around here and whatever the fuck. And they were wreaking havoc. And then the day later, it was just like as if nothing had happened. But there was still some police cars out and about. So I'm just like, what the fuck? And obviously,
today they reckon, like, most of the Burke Street Mall's open, but they reckon just to avoid the city, there's still some closures and investigations going on around Elizabeth and Swanson.
Public place. They gotta get statements and to find out the route of where this guy was going. And goddamn, man, that was like, just like, it's finally sort of caught up with us because and it couldn't have come at such like a weird day too, because I mean, don't get me wrong, like we in Melbourne here, Australia and all that stuff, we obviously don't condone that shit. I felt like I wanted to. I did say it on my Twitter and all that stuff. I think I did say it on my Twitter, or I typed it to a question of somebody. Like, condolences, obviously, to those who had passed, because I think one of them was a kid. It was just a baby.
Oh no, I think the baby's in intensive care, but I think there's a 3-year-old or something that passed.
That passed. Like, Jesus Christ. And apparently there was a pram that was jammed in the car or something.
And I think this morning the 4th person had passed as well. Like, and there's still plenty in critical sort of condition.
You just, yeah, because you just never think that this would happen. Like, this is such a big thing. I think the last big thing that really hit us was that time when that guy was manhandling, or not manhandling, but he was whooping. He was opening a can of whoop ass on a
He
woman.
was whooping.
And he was whooping. Do you remember? And then a good Samaritan tried to help in, and he pulls out this 45
And pops him.
and shoots him twice. Yeah, pops him. And then a second good Samaritan comes in, and he just pops him again, like the second guy. And he did it like without blinking an eye. It was like so quick. And yeah, do you remember that?
I can't remember. Nah, that's how quick we forget. You know?
How quick we forget. Yeah, or how time. For me, I remember it because at the time, obviously had a significant other, and plus I was around in the city, I think, near that time, but I wasn't in the city, so I heard that something was happening, and I was just like, fuck, it's like a big manhunt. And then the remorseful guy, or do we want to call him remorseful, or he's just a moron in itself, hands himself in. I'm just like, dude,
and nothing happens, man. Like there's no, there's no,
I don't know what
no
happened
repercussions for any of that stuff.
I think there was, but I don't know what happened to him. It's a mystery, because obviously our laws are pretty lame here, but that's what I think of it anyway.
Most of yesterday's stuff could have really been avoided. Like, they could have stopped him, cut him off at the knees while he was doing doggies in Flinders Street.
Well, that's the thing. There was an amateur video. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's this
it's all over.
No. But like, there was this woman in the car, right? And she's like, Michael, don't go out there. Michael, don't go out. What the fuck? Get back in here.
Yeah.
Don't get involved. And he's out there, and there's a couple of guys trying to, like, I think they were trying to go at him into, like, going to his own way. But police here, I shouldn't be bashing on them, especially on the record, but police here are just like, like, do you ever hear those stories where the police are just like, they call off the pursuit?
Yeah.
Because they don't do obviously what America does. You've heard of the pit maneuver, right?
Yeah.
They don't pit.
But I think that they knew that he stabbed. They were chasing him after he stabbed his bro or something. So they knew he was probably, I don't know, probably smacked out on drugs of some description.
And then he assaulted, like, his mom's boyfriend or something, like some 71-year-old guy, and smashed a flaming Bible in his face and then punched him. I'm like, dude, you are like disturbed.
Flaming Bible, something out of Home and Away. Flaming mongrel.
Yeah, right. Like, totally. Yeah, but except this guy's name was like George or Nick something.
Yeah,
like
James,
kind of like a Greek sounding name.
Japopoulos,
whatever. And I was just like, fucking hell, dude. Like, you are disturbed.
There was some people
really
trying to use their umbrella. There's two blokes trying to run at him.
Yeah.
Just have a crack to sort of distract him. But, like...
I was thinking about...
Pretty game.
Because I was kind of thinking about it while you were just saying that. It reminded me of yesterday. I was thinking about it because when I saw that video, I'm like, what if somebody did stop him doing donuts and then stopped killing other people? But at that time, if you crash a car into him to stop him, it causes a massive traffic jam in the heart of the city. And then people will start saying, oh, why the fuck did he crash his car into that guy? He was just doing donuts. He could have just driven away. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look, there's always that in hindsight. Like, if you stopped him there, none of that would have happened. But how do you know any of that would have happened? You don't... It's hindsight, man.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. Because you could be doing a good deed by, say, for example, using your own car to stop him. But then in hindsight, you've got all these disgruntled, like, cars around you going, "Why the fuck did you do that, man? Why didn't you just wait for him to like drive away? As if he's gonna do a donut like forever." Then you look like the bad
Yeah,
guy
but
trying to
then
stop him. You know
now
what I
that you
mean?
got casualties and fatalities now, like it's different, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's very different. Then people would just be like, "Oh, something should have
Yeah,
happened."
we should.
But again, I mean, again, that's my condolences, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
definitely
just such a
it's
weird.
disgusting that I don't know we live
It's such a
in
bad
that
thing
sort of
that's
society
happened.
that that sort of stuff still happens, man. Like,
Right, right. And then just sort of wanting to get past, I say, I guess the reason why also you find me awake at this early time of the morning because um, I was watching the inauguration
oh,
speech.
3 a.m.
And yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, talking about Trump and
Were the memes
you
true?
know,
Like they showed a meme earlier, last 2008 when Obama was sworn in. There was a full garden,
yeah, it was a massive
and then
garden.
now that Trump his speech, there was only like a third of the garden full. But I think there's probably some biased media. Like the photo was probably taken at a different time, I'd imagine. Like, was there a full turnout? Did
Well,
they show?
mm,
Did they show any of that? Yeah.
well, yeah, I don't know. Because that picture, I don't think I really saw it on the live part. I didn't want to watch the whole like shebang, like the pre-concert
Ah,
and then the pre-stuff, because for me, last year, 8 years ago, when I watched the inauguration speech for Obama, I was just watching it with vested interest because A, it's historic, B, it's an African American getting into the White House, and
and see,
C, it
he
was
was
just
gangster. Like
yeah, right. He was like, damn. And
his
then
mic drop and shit.
this time, and then this time I'm just like, nah. I just didn't want to watch
And
that
speaking
pre-concert
of memes, I saw
bullshit.
all the memes about him posing, writing his speech, and there's so many different pictures. Him drawing dicks, or him in like grade one handwriting speech.
Yeah, yeah, or him in like in like Kitty writing
Yeah,
president, like just like
like he
yeah,
cops a lot of
you just
fire.
know
Yeah,
people. Yeah, because yeah, I don't know if you follow American politics. I follow it on a personal level, though I don't try and talk about it too much because people are just like. But I'm just like, hey, it matters. But I try not to force it on people. But um,
yeah, like,
when I
yeah. We
was
are going to be directly or indirectly impacted. However, people want to. I mean, we can't change it. It is what it is. But
yeah, because somebody took a stab at me because I said man, the next 4 years are going to be real slow for the USA, and I was making a comment on some sort of pop culture thing on Facebook, and then this guy just replies, why do you care? He said something. This is not verbatim, but he's like, why do you care? You're in a different country, and I'm like, and so. And then somebody else decided to chime in, going, he's a stranger, of course, chimed in, going, oh, but it, they said exactly to the sort of the effect that you said. It can affect us directly or ineffective or
yeah,
indirectly,
man,
but still, it's a big
all
thing.
the all the relationships that each country has, if
Of
they piss off
course.
China, that impact us our trading. If they piss off Russia,
Yeah.
like it all,
Yeah.
it's the rest of the world.
It,
If they want to show,
it's the rest of the
if they want
world.
to wave how
Exactly.
big the dick is, which he's interested in doing, then yeah, it could be GG.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say to him, but I'm like, oh, I don't want to
If
start a
if
flame
if the
war. I'm like,
US,
I'm
which
too
is
old
one of
for
the
this.
largest countries in military support, goes to war, for whatever reason, like the rest of the world is impacted. Like because then you start breaking off factions. Who's going to support who? Like
Oh yeah. It starts getting ugly.
it's yeah. I hope. Look, it's obviously a very extreme outcome, but it seems plausible.
It seems plausible, and yeah, that's what I'm. It was really funny. Like, I don't want to talk about this too much, but I'll I'll, I'll say sort of like my second last point. I was kind of talking about my old man at one stage and Red TGIs,
He would have
and
had some strong views on it, man.
Yeah. He did, but there was one thing that he was just saying that I sort of I definitely agreed on. It's just like with the country being divided so much, could there be could there be another civil war that breaks out? And which leads me to my last point about this, because I mean, don't get me wrong, I really would love to talk about the speech and what he was saying and some of the stuff that he was saying, but I don't think you didn't watch the speech, did
No,
you? Or you didn't listen to it?
whenever he speaks, I don't know if anything really credible comes out. Like he just talks about China, you know, and make
It's gonna be huge.
make America great again. Like, all right, but how are you going to do that, mate?
Well, the thing is, like in his speech today, it ran for about 16 minutes.
Oh yeah.
That includes all the clapping and shit. So it was a decent time. But I mean, he
Did he
used the
recite any
phrases, and I
Eminem songs
noted.
or anything? Like,
No, but apparently he did recite Bane from Batman.
really?
Yeah, he recited one particular line, something like I didn't fucking write it down. I wrote down some other phrases, but he said something like we're going to you have led you have chosen your rightful leader or something or whatever. I should actually wait. I'm gonna fumble this. I'm gonna bring up that speech. Let me just bring it up. Trump quotes Bane. Let me look at that quickly.
Did he quote a Bane quote?
Yeah, the one that Tom Hardy says.
Oh, and the thing. Oh, you think darkness
something-
is your
Yeah,
ally?
yeah.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
I was born in the dark. He said something like,
That's a great quote.
it is a great quote because he said, "Oh God, I just saw it before. I got you on." There it is. Bane says this quote. He says, "We take Gotham from the corrupt, the rich, the oppressors of generations, who have kept you down with myths of opportunity, and we give it back to you, the people." And then President Trump says, "Today we are not merely transferring power from one administration to another or from one party to another, but we are transferring power from Washington, D.C. and giving it back to you, the people." It is a bit similar.
It's very similar.
Yeah, it's very similar, but yeah, and people are just like, "Oh God, it's Bane all over again. He's a fucking DCEU villain." So that was one of the things that I found really funny that they brought up. But
it's
also,
easy to copy an existing speech. Like there's already material. I mean, look, maybe he's smart. Maybe he's just efficient. Just there's existing material. He probably Googled good speeches 2017, you know, and just use whatever's on there. You'd have to be original.
it's just yeah, like I said, I wish I could talk to you more about the speech if you'd heard it, because I mean, other than some phrases where he's like talking about he doesn't want to let the people down, his speech sounded very self-centered and xenophobic. Like he's saying he wants to live by two rules: you hire American and you buy American. And I'm just like, okay, and just this self-centered, like he wants to make America great again, and America's like the best, and we're legitimately unstoppable. And I'm like,
yeah, America
I'm like,
first.
oh come on, man.
I
But
mean,
some of the stuff that he said was really poignant. That I thought that spurred parallels with Australia. So he's like, he wants to get rid of like, not get rid of, but he wants to, tackle immigration really hard. He wants to make sure that the jobs for Americans do not get shipped off to the outside of the US, but it's always in the US and shit like that. And then it kind of reminded me of Australia, where Australia sort of like has a lot of jobs that they always like to ship off to, unfortunately, the Philippines, or they want to ship it off to India, or they want to ship it off to someplace else. And then obviously with China going on and this and this, so there's a bit of parallels. But all I know is, and all I can say is, like, last point, because I really don't want to talk any further about this, is that I was watching this YouTuber that I follow by the name of Tyrone Magnus. Shout out to Tyrone Magnus. He was doing a reaction for the inauguration speech, and he was kind of saying exactly the same thing that I was saying, which was, because I found myself muttering it out really loudly when I was watching it. But he kept on saying, "We'll see, We'll see. That's some big talk, sir. We'll see. It's like, oh, we'll see. This is your first day. You're putting quite a lot of emphasis on this stuff, and you've got 4 years to make a difference.
Yeah,
We'll
because like
see.
he still, even though he has the final say, he still needs council approval before he passes anything.
Yeah,
Like he doesn't have,
yeah,
he can't just bring in anything without his council approval anyway.
exactly. He's just a figurehead. He has to get through Congress, and then he has to get, Senate, the Senate to
Are
agree
Congress
and
still
stuff.
divided on him?
I think they are. Yeah, I mean, considering that he's cabinet right now, and his administration
I don't think he's chosen
are
his
filled with
cabinet.
racist.
He hasn't chosen his fully.
Well, some of
Some
them
of them,
are racist, bigots, and homophobes.
homophobes.
Yeah, because I think when the president gets in, they do get to select a certain amount of federal
They
judges.
do, yeah.
And one of the judges, was saying that same-sex marriages or same-sex in itself, it was a pretty gross quote. It's saying like it shouldn't be allowed, and they should be jailed for it or some
Did he
shit.
quote?
Like he said, it was unnatural.
Did he quote the Dr. Chan? Gay.
No, he was more like, I don't know. It's just a really gross quote. And actually, I don't know if you heard about this as well. There was a guy somewhere, a 71-year-old. I think he was an elected official. He grabbed a woman by the genitals.
Oh, yeah,
And
the pussy.
yeah. He grabbed her, and she complained to him, and then he's like, it's your word against mine. Nobody's gonna believe you over an elected official. I'm just gonna deny it if you're gonna like report it. So the next day, fucking the feds, federal police, I think, whatever, state police, or I think it's feds, fucking showed up to his door. Right, they arrest him.
Oh, yeah.
For fourth-degree sexual assault, and he's in court, right? Because apparently this happened this week, and they obviously, as senator, they want to get this shit all done and whatever. So fast tracked him to court or something, and his lawyer was pleading that the senator he did that as a playful gesture.
Grabbed her in,
It doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm like, you're the worst
in the box.
fucking
I'm just
lawyer.
playing with you. I'm just playing with you.
I'm just playing with you, literally, and you liked it. So
Man.
despite. Yeah, the lawyer said this despite this video footage of it, because it apparently occurred in a government
And that's where
building,
you need someone in
and
the
there was cameras
background. You know
everywhere.
when they have newsreaders? Fuck her in the pussy. That's where you need someone in the background.
As shouldn't really joke about it, but yeah,
Yeah.
throw that in and just make it a bit comedic, because I mean, his defense lawyer is just like, yeah, it's just a playful gesture. I'm like,
I was just playing. He's like, okay.
he's just playing. Like, fuck.
Well, that wasn't consensual playing, bro.
No, it wasn't, you 70-year-old creep. So I don't know what's gonna happen to him, but I heard that he was.
See, that's just the
he was
show, man.
definitely
You
arrested
can, if you're in power, you can do whatever you want.
That's what they feel like they want to do. Yeah, it's just like, hey, did you hear about that
Like Scarface.
that scandal? Yeah, or Bronwyn Bishop. No, Bronwyn Bishop. That was ages ago. Julia Bishop. She used money to go to some sort of like polo game or some shit.
Yeah, it'll still work though.
Was it a polo game
It'll work,
or whatever?
I guess.
Yeah, but it's taxpayers' money to go to something that, I don't know. Like that shit, they gotta.
They probably do. They do milk it. Yeah, there's probably
though.
a fine line. Like,
oh, there's always a fine line that they break. It's the rich we're talking about. I mean, these guys, when they come out of politics, they're set for life.
oh yeah.
Like Tony Abbott apparently was about it. What was it, like, poor bastard? But then again, not poor bastard because you're dumb. Yes, I said that on the record. You fuck. He was like a day late from having what, 400 thou for the rest of his life.
Oh yeah, because you got to serve a minimum
1 year, and he didn't even serve 1 year as prime minister. I'm
that
like,
was planned, man. They were colluding. They're like, we can't let this guy get his pension package. Could have boot him out before.
But he still gets 200 thou though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still gets 200 thou, but he could have gotten an extra 200 thou for the rest of his life being prime minister for a year, but he missed out on one day.
Yeah.
And then Malcolm Turnbull, in all his infinite richness, decided to be like, "Nah, I'm just gonna stick my knife in your back, mate. And I'm gonna take prime ministership." But anyway, enough of that sort of politics shit. I forgot to ask you, or you never really answered my question. How was Rogue One?
You never asked me the question yet.
I did. I sent you a message on fucking Facebook, and you never replied. Actually, no. I messaged you on your work phone, and you never replied.
I did, man. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it, man.
Actually, speaking of which, actually, before we go on, I need to set this for the record. Is your work phone the work phone that I'm supposed to contact you on?
Yeah, that's usually on me. My personal one's at home most of the time. I probably check it every couple of nights a week just to see if anyone sort of messages or calls.
I'll check up on my personal shit in like 5 days.
Hey, hold on a sec. Hold on a sec.
All right. Some
homemade cherry ripes. Jen
nice.
Found the recipe online yesterday for some low sugar cherry ripes.
Nice.
And yeah, man, that's explosion in the mouth. Delicious.
I wish I could agree, but I've never eaten cherry ripe, so I don't know. I don't really know the taste of it too much.
They're cherry ripes made with frozen strawberries, so they're not, because you can't get frozen cherries. So like they're really strawberry ripes, but the with coconut, but the dark chocolate, but the same outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Deliciousness.
Trunky. Yeah. So okay. Tell it to me again. Like, how did you find Rogue One? You said it was good. Was it just good?
I am very impressed with how they sort of connected the episode 4 with this, and it is a big part that you need to have sort of fill in. I did enjoy. They had a lot of comedy in it, which is always a bonus. But yeah, I did like how they sort of tied it directly into episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
Stormtroopers, pretty cool. Death Star, man, there's so much emphasis on the Death Star. Like this thing, like I know that's probably the center of the Star Wars universe. This whole Death Star. But no, look, I didn't mind it at all. It's just, it was a shame, as you preempted after you watched it. You're like, how did everyone die? So sad.
yeah, right. I'm just like, I didn't really think it would be.
But look, they needed to do that because there is no sequel to that one. That's just a one-off. So it was probably good.
It is. Yeah, it was, and I remember I was telling somebody in the Star Wars forums, like after I watched them, like, oh, it was good, but at the same time, because they were talking about, I started reading up on shit, like Kathleen Kennedy was talking about, like the higher ups of Disney. They're saying like they wanted to keep the movie like not like too much connected to Star Wars and blah blah blah, and they didn't want to have that opening crawl, and I'm just like,
yes.
But I'm just like, if you're trying to keep it as a standalone story, why is it leading to episode 4 then?
Oh, well, it has to join.
What the fuck?
Well, yeah, I guess it needs to join. It needs to show that it does join.
Yeah, considering, but I mean, yeah, I just didn't think it was going to be that quick because I mean, like, geez, the moment I get my hands on the Blu-ray copy of Rogue One, I'm just gonna watch it, and then I'm just gonna be like, yep, I'm just gonna queue up episode 4. It's gonna be like crazy good because I'm just like, how long was it been when Princess Leia got the plans? Obviously, these are spoilers. Not that we didn't turn into spoilers about 3 minutes ago, but like she gets the plans, and then it's like, okay, how did the Death Star manage to like fucking follow them through hyperspace over Tatooine and then catch them? So I'm just like, oh,
I mean, they didn't have NBN back then. They did pretty well on the.
Please don't mention those letters. Fuck, I hate the NBN.
Don't be hating, man.
Just because you got it.
Don't be hating.
Yeah, I'll give you shit about the NBN later, but Yeah, no, I thought it was, like, did you spot all the Easter eggs and all the cameos?
Easter eggs, not so much, but the cameos. I didn't realize that. Was it Daniel Craig? No, no, that wasn't he.
That was back in
That was in
7,
7.
on episode 7.
I,
But I meant
one of
like
them.
cameos like from dead people.
Well, how do you mean from dead people?
Well, Grand Moff Tarkin. That guy's been dead for like 20 years.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay.
It's not really a cameo, but I'll talk about the other cameos in a second. But Grand Moff Tarkin, then of course, rest in peace, Princess Leia and Carrie Fisher, who died a couple of weeks ago. Because apparently, yeah, they CG'd her, of course, as well at the very end. But I meant like cameos like Gold Leader, and then what happened to Red 5, and then Red Leader, and then what? There's tons of other Easter eggs. The blue milk in the beginning of the film. The blue milk.
Okay. Yeah.
If you,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
not much.
Well, no, not too much, man. I was just more like, did you end up watching it twice? Did you, or just one?
No, I was supposed to go see it twice, and I've just never had the time, or just didn't do it. So yeah, I just didn't do it. But I want to, but I didn't do it.
Okay. But yeah, I was impressed with the whole beach battle, the beachfront battle. That was pretty impressive. They, look, Disney took their own sort of Hollywood twist on it, made it
quite dark.
Well, yeah. Look, which is in line with a lot of the movies coming out these days. They have a very dark spin to them.
Yeah, well, I've always thought that Star Wars was dark in a sense, even obviously with the Skywalker lineage, but I've always thought that Star Wars was just there's a lot of death that a lot of people I think forget about or are desensitized to, and then with all this that happens, like the amount of sacrifice just to get those fucking plans.
I know,
like,
right?
Fucking like that end part with Darth Vader going ham, and I'm like, whoa.
That was probably
the most impressive
scene, man. In the darkness, just hearing him his saber.
Yeah, he's purposely breathing out aloud just to scare the shit out of them because they do not know what they're about to face, and then all of a sudden you see, like, if you were them, and obviously being rebels, they may. Yeah, I'm talking in Star Wars lore because I'm nuts about the Star Wars lore. It would have been about maybe 40, maybe 40, 35 years or less than 40 years since the extinction of the Jedi, but they would have these temples, and obviously, in the story of Rogue One, they were trying to get those kyber crystals, which power the lightsabers to power the Death Star. Imagine if you were like one of those rebel troopers at the very end, and you just see this thing that's supposed to be mythical, that's supposed to be extinct, and then the lightsaber ignites, and you just go, fuck. Like, you just know you're dead.
Yeah.
You just know you're dead. No amount of shooting is going to save you, and then boom. And that part where they were just like dying one by one. Here, take it. Open the door. Just take it. And then he just fucking like just goes ham. And I'm like, I did not expect that. Like, I didn't expect any. I knew that Darth Vader was going to make a cameo, but I did not expect to be any like long scenes about him.
Yeah. Look, there was a lot. There was a lot to focus on. I mean, if you weren't a Star Wars fan, like if it wasn't for the story or the backdrop, there's a lot going on, man. There were 2 planets, 3 traveling to simultaneous planets. That were half of them were doing this, half of them were doing that. They were taking in all the new characters. I did enjoy the chanting from Donnie Yen. The forces of
yeah. You wouldn't believe how many people use that now, or they claim to use it, like on Twitter. They're just like, yep, that's the last thing that I'm going to be say if I get into like a really, really crazy situation. And hopefully the force is with me and I won't die or get maimed or whatever the fuck is going to happen. So that's their last mantra now. So and then obviously you got those Jedi faithfuls, but yeah, that was, oh man, that like there was for me, yeah, I had quite a bit of a roller coaster on that because emotionally, because yeah, that got me at the end, and then Donnie Yen, that part got me because I didn't think that he was like, you could tell like he was force sensitive in some way. There's absolutely no way he was normal,
Mm.
considering A, he's supposed to be a guardian of a
Yeah, he's
temple,
blind and
and
shit.
B, he's blind too, and then he just whoops like 12 stormtroopers like a fucking champion. And I was just like, yeah, the force is with him. But I just found it like, yeah, you're right. There was some really like dark humor bits about it. Like they put the cloth over his head. He goes, "Are you kidding me?
I'm
I'm
blind.
blind. I'm blind." And I remember I was laughing really hard at that. But I love the man, the space battle. Fuck, you know.
Ah, yes,
There's
yes.
good lord, those X-wings looked awesome. Um, because I don't know if you know about this as well. They came out with the Darth Vader comics, and it's supposed to be canon. It's supposed to be, it's supposed to be part of the lore now. But there was a standalone Darth Vader comics that came out. I think it was either the end of 2015 or middle of last year. Anyway, and Darth Vader is busy doing an investigation. I think on it's supposed to be, what was he doing? He was doing some sort of investigation, right? And it led him to this particular planet. But as he's entering the atmosphere, apparently this particular planet had a rebel outpost. And as he's about to enter the atmosphere, the Blue Wing Squadron were out on training maneuvers. So you know how that guy with the mustache dies,
Mm.
and he was in an X-wing that had like a blue line, like he was a blue leader, and he was supposed to be a colonel, if you can remember him,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
or major or some shit. His character, like his look, was derived from the comics because it's supposed to be canon that his squad went up against Darth Vader alone in his TIE fighter, and 3/4 of that squad, that blue squad, because they were all training, all got their asses whooped by Vader. Vader outmaneuvered them in his TIE fighter and just fucking obliterated them until he was clipped in the side, and then he fell into this planet, and the rebels tried to capture him, and he fucking just like lets loose. Like he says some like really like badass shit. He's like, all I see is dead men, and then he just completely obliterates them. So there's a bit of canon there. So that was really cool to see as well. But those space battles, like Jesus Christ, it's like wow,
Yeah.
like they're trying to go through the shield and stuff. So oh man, now that I talk about it, I really want to watch it again. Fucking lame. But
Yeah, look,
I don't know if you
yeah,
saw
I
it
don't know
as
if it
well.
was.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if I'll rate it in like out of all the prequels. I don't know if it's one of my favorite ones, but we'll see.
it's hard. It's very hard.
I
We've got
don't hate
to.
it, but I don't. You know.
It's not one that you want to really like. It wasn't like Episode 7. It's not one that you want to really watch sort of again because of its really dark nature. Like Episode 7 was something that like I unashamedly will say I did see it 5 times, and I loved it every time that I went. So Rogue One, I've had a bit of apprehension going because I'm just like, oh, I just know I'm going to be led on this emotional roller coaster because you fall in love with these characters, and then it's just like, oh, the end justifies the means. In the end justifies the means. It's a sad ending. So I don't know. That's kind of what really got to me. But I don't know if you know as well. In the last couple of days, there was or in the last couple of weeks, there was a big punch out of um like trailers like for Logan.
Oh
I
yeah.
know John
Oh,
Wick.
John Wick is gonna be epic.
That looks so sick.
I've seen a lot of trailers and stuff of Keanu doing his training, his fucking shooting range training.
Oh, I haven't seen the shooting range training. I've seen training for him doing hand-to-hand combat, but not his shooting
Oh
training.
yeah.
What happens in the shooting
Oh,
training?
he goes around those courses where you got to shoot the targets, like SWAT style.
Mm.
You got to load, do barrel rolls. You know, like remember SWAT? They did that challenge. They did the barrel roll. They go behind. Remember any bets of $20? You gotta,
Oh
you gotta,
yeah. That was a long time
yeah,
ago. That
but
movie.
he does that. He
Fucking
does
hell.
those sort of courses with his fucking pistols and rifles. It's badass.
Damn.
Damn, Daniel.
Damn, Daniel. No, I haven't seen it. I've just seen the one where there was a guy that was talking about like his dedication to the craft because the directors wanted it to be half anime-ish, like with the fighting and half sort of a bit of realism with the gun shooting, the gunplay.
Oh yeah.
And they showed him like fighting and doing all these like crazy sort of like maneuvers, and he's just like not saying too much. Keanu being Keanu, not saying too much, but he's just sweating and he's just doing all these drills and like opening all sorts of cans of whoop ass in terms of like trying to get these moves perfected, and then it really shows in the movie. And apparently he's just a really hard worker. So John Wick, I think, is supposed to be coming in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
Couple of
February
weeks.
10th. Man.
February. Yeah, February. Oh god, I gotta go see
Yeah,
that.
man,
Jesus,
that's gonna be good. I'm
that's
looking
gonna
forward
be
to that.
sick. Yeah. That beginning part in John Wick still gets me though. I'm just like fucking Russian prick. It's just such a small thing to kill his fucking dog, and then it just like,
you
you're dead.
don't kill my dog.
I don't kill my dog. So this kind of leads me to believe, like, why would he come back into the fold? Because in the trailers,
No,
it's
well,
like they're
they
trying
all
to
want
rehash.
him.
Yeah, now they want him, so it's just like, now I gotta do this again. Like, just because they killed that guy, even though it was, there's a bounty on his head, and then we've got like fucking like the people from the Matrix coming back with Lawrence Fishburne,
Oh yeah.
and I'm just like, what? He's like, someone give this man a gun. I'm just like, yeah, okay, like because you had the keymaker in the first one, who was the doctor. He's like, Doc, you got anything? He's like, just take these before you have to do any moving.
He must
and
he must have good like connections with him still. He must still hang out with him and shit.
oh yeah, considering. So it's Lawrence Fishburne. Wouldn't it be a surprise if he brought back fucking Carrie, what was her name? Fuck.
Carrie, yeah.
Carrie Ann Moss.
Yeah,
Carrie Ann
Moss,
Moss
yeah.
or Trinity.
Trinity.
Trinity, help! Because if he brought it back, I know she's an old flame, but oh man, that would be sick to see her. I'd just be like, ooh,
Oh
damn! Like she was doing pretty awesome work in Marvel's Daredevil season. Jessica Jones, sorry, and then she did a cameo in season 2. But Jessica Jones was really good. I don't know if you watched.
JJ, yeah, I did, man. Of course.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did watch it, yeah. It was good, eh? Did you watch Luke Cage?
That's one thing I still got to catch up on.
Yeah, I gotta catch up on that one too. I haven't watched it yet. I've got it here. I'm just like, I should watch it soon. So John Wick.
The new seasons they're gonna come out soon. The new.
Fuck the Defenders. The Defenders, the Punisher. God damn Marvel. Marvel. Shit. They got like I can only imagine it like this massive like whiteboard, and they got everything all planned out. It's like, we're gonna make this amount of money, we're gonna make billions on this, and then I can afford my luxury mansion in Monaco. Fucking God, take my money already. Sort of. What was the other ones? Oh, dude, fucking Baywatch, Triple X, Return of Xander Cage, fucking Power Rangers. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, there's a few.
There's a few. Baywatch, I think, is going to be really funny because obviously The Rock. I don't know. It's just I kind of look at it. I'm like, man, I gotta go to the gym. I'm just like, fuck. It's like everyone looks so great, and I'm just like, bleh. But the Power Rangers one looked really good. I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, that's really dark too, man.
What do you mean?
They made it really dark.
What, in terms of the composition?
Yeah,
or
man, like just the portrayal, it's real, like they, Zordon.
Really gritty, edgy.
Yeah, man, it's good. Like that's it's very I like to see.
I don't know. This is really interesting. You're the only one that would say that it looks like dark.
No, you don't. You don't get that interpretation they've done it. Like,
Not yet, but now that you said it, I'll probably have to look at it and see. But what makes you think it's like dark? Like you think it's like the world is gonna end and you're gonna get whooped by a golden giant and a green ugly
yeah,
looking
pretty
weapon
much, man.
or
Like
something?
they made it. They made it like in the TV series, it's all high school and la di da, and hey, hey guys, no, let's hang out. This have made it like they get beat the fuck out. Like they get schooled. They there's a lot of life philosophies in there, and just the way they transform. It's like, yeah, it's watch the trailer, man. I don't know, like there's something which look, nothing wrong with that. It's I don't mind.
That's a really different take on it, though. But I'll watch it again soon because I'm just like I haven't really heard anybody say that it's sort of a dark portrayal of them. But it's interesting because yeah, I don't know. That's a really interesting take. I will have a look at it. But now I'm thinking about it. Shit. I'm just like shit. What makes him think it's dark? Because I looked at it and I'm like, it doesn't look dark, even though the place is supposed to be underneath a cavern.
Yeah.
But there was a bit of some comedic bits where she's like, "Yeah, I've got to find. I found a spaceship with 4 other people, and I could be a superhero." And it's like, pee in this cup. But other than that part, now you're making me think. What the fuck? Like, well, all I know is that other than that, in terms of movies and trailers and stuff, gaming wise, fucking Overwatch now is going to be coming out with some sort of like Valentine's Day shit.
Yeah, I know. There's.
I don't know if you heard of it.
Nah.
I don't know.
Valentine's Day shit.
I only just saw it in passing about a couple of days ago, but Overwatch apparently is still going strong. Obviously, it's a Blizzard game.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know.
Still going. Well, let me have a look here. I think in Twitch. Yeah. Oh no, wait. Wait. Is Dota 2 is not Blizzard?
No, it's not, man.
No. Okay. So one. No, wait. League of Legends isn't Blizzard either. So 1, 2. So 2 games, Overwatch and Hearthstone, are in the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 most viewed games on Twitch. So Hearthstone. Oh jeez, I still haven't gone into that. Fuck. I'm supposed to get into it. I really like it, but I just haven't gone into it. It's really hard to pick up, though. I've heard it can be a bit of a learning curve.
Well, yeah, look. It can, but that's half the fun, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I just.
It's one of those. It's a volume game. I mean, yeah. You need to give it time. You need to junkie on it, otherwise. But yeah, people can still play like with the basic cards, basic decks. It's just like any other card strategy game. You just gotta, commit the time
know
to
when to play and
yeah.
You gotta
reading like chess. You gotta read your opponent's sort of cards, work out when's best to use what.
Yeah, I've never been a big card player, but ever since I've seen Hearthstone and tried to understand some games, it looks intense.
Yeah.
But then again, anything competitive is intense.
I think one of the other guys yesterday was saying you should get there's a Yu-Gi-Oh phone game that they've really remastered it. It's like Hearthstone, but a lot more intense because it's Yu-Gi-Oh. So I don't know. Like I used to love Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
Yeah. I used to love Yu-Gi-Oh too. Did you have the actual thing on your wrist?
No, I didn't go that far. But
I didn't go that far. I didn't go into like nerd territory. It was casual. No, but like I had a couple of people that did have that at one stage, like at my school back whenever. I'm just like, oh god, you guys are more nerdier than the Magic the Gathering players. Like I didn't understand it, but I know Yu-Gi-Oh. I watched the anime TV series.
Yeah, I watched that a lot too.
God,
I did enjoy it, man.
it was good, but I just couldn't get into it. I don't know what it is with me in card games. Other than poker and gambling, I'm fine with. But when it comes to like Exploding Kittens or Hearthstone or Yu-Gi-Oh, I just didn't get into it. I'd rather spectate. Just fucking weird. So Overwatch, and then literally, when this recording is going to be showing, I believe we'll be knee deep in For Honor.
Ah, yes.
Yes, the beta will be running right now
Have you-
because I think it runs.
Have you got your invitation yet?
No.
Yeah, neither have I.
Did you?
No, neither have I. Well, I haven't checked the last week. I don't know.
Wait, they have to send out invitations?
Yeah, they send it via email, don't they? They'll say congratulations, because then they'll give you the key.
Oh, yep. Oh god, it's been a long time since the last time I was ever even invited for a beta, and the last time I was there for a beta was for some sort of indie game. That was like 2 years ago, some shit. I think it runs for like what, a weekend? The For Honor beta?
I don't know.
26th to the 29th. Oh, it runs for fucking 4 days. So it starts next Thursday up until Sunday. Or, here's the problem, because it's going to probably follow US time, we'll be getting it on Friday, and then it ends on Monday.
Oh yeah, true. By that virtue, we might miss out.
Huh? What do you mean miss out?
No, like we won't have enough. We won't have as much time to junkie, but that's all right. I still reckon it's going to be great, man.
Oh, dude, I don't know if you heard, but they were saying apparently with the closed beta, they just had statistics that were right through the roof for a closed private beta, closed beta or closed alpha or whatever. It was with the YouTubers and stuff that managed to play it months ago. But yeah, their stats were huge, so it's definitely a game that I really want to get into.
Oh, hell's yeah.
I don't know, man. I think the Knights are going to be like a formidable opponent. I don't know about Vikings, but I know Samurai are going to whoop ass. But I think the Knights are going to be pretty good.